Well, hi there, everybody, and hi, Amy. The man said that my daughter keeps looking for the perfect guy to marry, and I tell her, stop the search, honey, your mother got the last one. And Adam is talking to God, and he says, Adam says, I need a helper. He says, I have to fold up this tent every morning, I have to carry around all day, and then I have to get all the meals, and then I have to put up the tent at night. I need a helper. God says that's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And Adam said, how about a rib? Next one, hon. Next joke.
Let's see. It is last man on earth.
I wouldn't marry you if you were the last man on earth, she said. And he said, that's right, honey. You'd get crushed in the rush.
Medicare.
Yeah, a couple who got married so late in life that Medicare picked up 20% of the honeymoon.
Rattle.
My wife babies her car, the husband said. It won't go anywhere without a rattle.
Over 300 years.
The tourist group is listening to a guide in Europe. And the guide is saying, this building has not been touched for 300 years. Every stone is the way it was 300 years ago. No changes have been made. And the American tourist said to his friend on his left, they must have the same landlord we do.
Women's work.
A woman's work is never done, folks, thanks to daytime television.
Last quarter.
Oh, the economists, everybody, the economists, Wall Street, say that things are going to get better in the last quarter. And one man said, well, I'm down to my last quarter.
Mechanic mother.
Oh, yeah, my mechanic. It's a great, big man. Great big shoulders, tall, husky. And I called him to come to fix the 1980 Lincoln. No answer. I called again, no answer. I called again, no answer. Finally, I called his mother and told her he was there in the next hour. I called his mother. She took care of it and very quickly. And she's just a little woman. All right, dear.
The last one is ropes.
Ropes? Listen to this, folks. 3 men, 3 ropes, R-O-P-E-S, were walking down the street. And they decided to go into a restaurant and get something to eat. And the head waiter said, wait a second. Aren't you ropes? We don't serve ropes in here. You will have to leave. And out on the street, one rope got very angry. And he tied himself into a knot. He tousled both of his ends. And he went back into the restaurant and he's ordering. And the head waiter says, wait a minute, aren't you a rope? And he said, I'm afraid not.
The next thing is the Bible passage.
Oh, you have one there from James 1:19?
Yes. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry.
I would like to be like that. Read it again, Amy.
My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry.
And you said that's from James what?
James 1:19.
Nice, isn't it? One more time, Harry. play it for me one more time.
My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry.
Nice. Do you have a word for us?
The word is admirable.
Oh, listen to this, folks. Admirable. Having those qualities that excite wonder. United with approbation and deserving the utmost esteem.
And the hymn is Blessed Be the Tie That Binds.
Oh, okay. Let me just say that again, admirable. Having those qualities that excite wonder, united with approbation, and deserving the utmost esteem. There's only one that I could give that to, and that would be God. God the universe. Okay, Amy.
Hi, Glendora.
Bye, Phil.
I stopped back. Cumberland Farms was nice enough to let us trade $10 in bills for $10 in quarters.
How nice of you, Cumberland Farm.
Yes. So
Thank you, Wayne.
I'll leave that there.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thanks for the Mother's Day.
You're welcome.
And be sure you give your mother the rest of the pie, would you?
And the candle.
And the apple pie, right. And put a little flour on it, would you, dear?
Will do.
I don't mean Pillsbury.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sweet. There's only one I would give that to, and that would be God. Okay. Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love, the fellowship of kindred minds is like to that above. Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in universal love, the fellowship of kindred minds is like to that above. Amy, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Now, how many minutes have we done, dear?
8 minutes so far.
No.
Do you want to read the events first or the advertiser?
All right, the events. Mother's Day. I bought an apple pie, and Phil put butter all around the rim, and cinnamon, and nutmeg, and clove, and sugar. Put it in the oven, and made us 2 cups of tea. And I sat with my mother and made believe she was right beside me and that we were visiting, and we made believe talking together. I told her I was sorry for all of the brat things I did as a kid, that I was ashamed of them, and that she told me one day I would be sorry, and I am, and that I wanted to repent. So I'll do everything nice now to make up for that. Then what's the next thing to tell about, hon?
Think folders down to 2.
Our think folders were think folder 1, think folder 2, think folder 3, think folder 4, think folder 5, think folder 6. They each had about 40 things to do in each one of them. And so Amy should have filed away the things that were done. So I asked her for them on my desk, and I went through them one by one. And Amy and I got the think folders down to 4. Oh, what's a think folder? It's a list of things you have to do to operate this ship, this TV show. We got it down to 4. Think Polo 3 is eliminated, and Think Polo 6 is eliminated. You can't imagine what a great triumph that is. See how much easier every day the work will be. Okay, Amy.
Norwalk.
It finally came through officially in one line. Mitch Menard from Norwalk, Altice USA Cable TV, called and said that my show was playing at last in Norwalk. That would be southern Fairfield County in Connecticut. And it would include Greenwich, Stamford, Norwalk, Darien, Westport, Weston, Easton, Wilton, New Canaan even. At last. You know that took a year? A year to find somebody to sponsor it? And a year to get Mitch Menard on the phone? Well, it's there, and it's a huge triumph. Next, honey.
Cat carrier.
What dear?
Cat carrier.
Oh, Amy, did you know that you told Phil to give away my cat carrier? Put it up on the curb to let somebody pick it up? That was .com's cat carrier. Why, that's hers.
I did not tell him to do that. I just told him to clean it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you pay $480 a week for, folks. Anyway, thank heavens he didn't put it on the curb. He gave it to his sister. And his sister says, I can have it back. And that's Amy. That's .com's cat carrier. One time she was in the cat carrier, and I accidentally dropped some food outside of the little wire mesh door, and she put her little hand through the door, through the wire mesh door, and she got it into the cat carrier. Cute. Next.
Everything in place. A place for everything.
We are at last down to the end of getting this vessel ship shape and getting a place for everything and everything in its place. This place is just about as clean as it can be. That's how hard we worked on it. Now, that's the electronic bench and the windowsill and the plants and the window table and this hard workbench and the bedroom, the bathroom and the shower, the outside hall, and the garage and the museum. We've got this ship shape at last. Can you say that? Next.
1980 Lincoln.
1980. Here's what we're proposing. We're proposing that Phil go to U-Haul and rent for $30 a day a U-Haul trailer, and rent for $30 a day a U-Haul truck, and bring them to Happy House 3 to a very expensive garage, and get the 1980 Lincoln onto the trailer, and then Phil drive the 1980 Lincoln 400 miles across the state. Have I got that right? And supposing we get a truck with 25 miles per gallon, that would be 9 gallons. It's not 420. It's 225. Excuse me. That would be 9 gallons times 9 gallons times $4 a gallon. That would be $36 gasoline. And the ride back on the train is somewhere between $40 and $50. And then the 1980 Lincoln will be in its new home. So Amy, we'll call James Johnson too and see if that's okay with him.
The next one is flood ?
And we want to get it done before there's another flood this year. You know what happens last year? We got very little rain. The ground got hard. And then when it did rain, it really poured. And that rain couldn't get into the ground because it was so hard. And the rain just rolled over the ground and went into the Valatia Kill and all the other little small streams and flooded. And it cost $1,000 to get the 1980 Lincoln and the 1993 Lincoln detailed and back into shape. So we want to get this done before there's another flood. Yes, ma'am? Yes?
Hot lunches.
Hot lunches that Phil makes are superlative. Last night he made baked beans because it was Saturday, and down Maine during the Depression, you had to eat baked beans Saturday night, Sunday morning, Monday noon, and Wednesday night. Because you didn't have anything else to eat. And we had baked beans and hot dogs, vegan hot dogs, in a roll, buttered and toasted. And the other ones had mustard and relish on it. And a salad. That's how his hot lunches go. They are delicious. This morning he made pancakes with the maple syrup that came from a town in New York named Mexico. From the farm, the maple syrup farm. And he had sausages, which I really didn't like. They were vegan. But I liked the vegan bacon by Morningstar Farms, breakfast strips. And just eggs. It's an egg that's all vegan. And it tastes good. Vegan egg. Okay, hon.
Measure pipes.
Yes. The owner, husband of this building came here last week and he measured the pipes so we can have new pipes, and so at last the sink will be running smoothly the way it should. Someday that will be fixed. It's not fixed now, but someday it will be. So you can look forward to that. Next.
Dandelions.
Dandelions. This is the week, and last week is the week for the dandelions. They are precious. They are a composite flower. Each one of those petals is a flower in its own right. Oh, how pretty they are. And I love the way they turn to a parachute and go plant a seed wherever they want. Oh, I love that. Next, honey.
Marigolds.
Marigolds are here. Do you know them, Amy? They're an orange-yellow flower.
I know what marigolds are.
You do?
Yeah.
Your grandma has some?
No, but I've seen some before.
What else?
Hudson Valley.
Carrie was graduated from Hudson Valley yesterday, junior college, and she has already received, without even her asking or applying, acceptance at the State University of New York at Albany, at the State University of New York at Oneonta, and at the State University of New York at Cobblesville. She didn't even ask for it. And you know what else that means, folks? It means free tuition. If you're a resident of the state of New York and you go to the state university, you don't have to pay tuition. But you do have to stay in New York 5 years after you are graduated from the state university. Next.
Glucose.
Glucose. Hey, Google. How is glucose made from the plants?
On the website frontierson.org, they say, inside the chloroplasts within leaves, light, water, and carbon dioxide are transformed into energy and sugar. Using water, sunlight is converted into energy, storing molecules within the plant cells. People also ask me, how is glucose produced? Want to hear the answer?
Yes.
On the website dtc.ucsf.edu, they say the liver supplies sugar or glucose by turning glycogen into glucose in a process called glycogenolysis. The liver also can manufacture necessary sugar or glucose by harvesting amino acids, waste products, and fat byproducts.
Hey Google, thank you. Do you see what's going on here? You have carbon dioxide.
It's Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. I'm feeling inspired by powerful quotes like this. Lao Tzu once said,
Hey Google,
"Love is
stop.
all."
Here's what's going on. You have carbon dioxide in the air. You have water.
On the website climate.nasa.gov,
Hey
they
Google,
say the constant
stop. Thank you, dear. And then you have water. Out of the water you get oxygen, because water is H2O. And from the sun you get energy. So now you have energy and oxygen and carbon, and they combine and make glucose, and that's the first food. The earth is self-sustaining on food. That is the first food. Isn't that something? That is what glucose is. What did we say? Having those qualities that excite wonder, united with approbation, and deserving the utmost esteem. That is our God. Next, Amy.
6 kittens.
Yeah. Madeline rescued a kitty cat, had 6 kittens. And now she's got to bring those up. And they will be laughable for 2 months. Then she has to have them altered. And then she has to find homes for them. But she didn't let them down, honey. She didn't let them die. She rescued them. Keep going, Mimi.
Alliance.
What, dear?
Alliance.
Oh, the Alliance for Community Media is a trade organization for public access TV over the United States. And Glendora has been asked to deliver the keynote address. And we're working on it together. Will you work on it with me together? Folks, we'll put it together every day. We'll work on it. And I think I've got it almost outlined. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be about public access. Next, Amy.
Mooney.
Barbara broke her pelvis. The pain was excruciating. The hospital gave her morphine. The morphine was killing her. And I pointed that out to them. So then they tried this, and they tried that, and they tried this, and they tried that. In 2 weeks, they succeeded in taking away her life. The family decided on 3 days that they would stop the machine, the respirator. And her body's gone. But her spirit's right here with you. She would call up every day and get a joke and get a prayer and get a hymn. She was 87. Well, her husband, Richard, the man that used to give me the information about them, won't answer his phone now. And I called the nursing home. And Amy, you remember every time we would call, they would dial the floor and they would let it ring 3 times and they would disconnect?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday they answered. And he came to the phone. He said, "This is Richard," and he wanted to know to whom he was speaking. And he talked very intelligently. I thought he might have gone with his wife. But he's well and he's alive. Okay, Amy, next.
Wayne's Golden Graduates.
Yes, Wayne went to college in North Adams, Massachusetts, part of the State University of Massachusetts. And they had a golden alumni day, and they gave these golden graduates of long, 50 years ago, lovely gowns, no caps, but lovely gowns. And they led the procession in, the graduation, and they led the procession out. And he was thrilled, and all of his friends were thrilled. Isn't that nice? I remember Franklin telling at his graduation from Boston University that President Marshall made an announcement from the stage. He said, "Will the audience remain seated while the dignitaries on the stage pass out?" Next, Amy.
The last one says Kevin Marr, Linda, and Bobby Lee.
Kisses and love and hugs to all of you. All of you for being such good fans and for helping this enterprise, which is to remind us all that when all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others. Is that it, baby?
Then we have the advertiser.
Oh, will you read that? First of all, tell me how much time.
We're at 25 minutes right now.
Okay, honey, would you read the advertiser?
Sure. The advertiser, Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Glendora Vegetarian Club. Hey folks, will you please take a piece of paper and write on it, what is my conscience telling me to do? Then on the other side of the paper, please write, what am I doing that my conscience doesn't want me to do? Now keep this to yourself. Don't put it on the front page of the New York Times. Jokes. Number 1 says, when Ellen bought a dress for $450, the clerk guaranteed a fit, and sure enough, her husband had one. Number 2 says, the auctioneer said sold to the woman whose husband has his hand over her mouth. Number 3 says, the man said he knows his wife will live longer than he will because she has a whole closet full of clothes she wouldn't be caught dead in. Number 4 says, Fred said his wife should go into earthquake research. She is the best fault finder he knows. Number 5 is Benny and his wife had words, but Benny didn't get a chance to use his.
Okay.
And the last one says, husband, you've overdrawn the account. Wife, no, you underdeposited.
They're funny, but they're really Class C. Well, thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
And so we have, how many left? Minutes? 3?
We're at 27 minutes now.
So, well, it's time to say goodbye. Let's see. May the God of peace sanctify all of us completely through and through. Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in universe love, the fellowship of kindred minds is like to that above.
Amen to that.